Hello party people, welcome to my channel. This is Charlie and you're here watching another edition of All Types of Idol, where we had to class things up a bit with the new set, the look, feel, and everything, just to get the vibe right, because it is a classy week. This is old standards week, and it's not just any typical standards. No, it's songs that was made famous by the blue-eyed soul man himself, Mr. Frank Sinatra. Now, usually this is the week where idols really do well vocally, so I'm expecting a lot from this group, but then again, I was kind of let down so far this season. So maybe this round will probably pick up my spirits, especially after Siobhan is gone. I can't get over that. So Harry Connick Jr. was not only the mentor, but he was also the arranger, and I wish that more mentors actually went ahead and do that. I know Barry Manilow did it, and I know that Harry Connick Jr. did it. You know, I just wish more mentors would do it. First up is Aaron Kelly, the 17-year-old who's performing a jazz song. I would say that this material is too young for him, because usually they sing these kind of songs over in a nightclub, and Aaron's not old enough to be there yet, so we gotta send him to bed early, you know. But he decided to sing Fly Me to the Moon, a good recognizable song by many people. I think that's a smart song choice to pick, even if it's not your genre, and I thought that he did an okay job. The one thing that really irked me was the way he was singing it. It felt so broken up. It didn't feel like it flowed. And the thing about with jazz songs, especially with one with like a rhythm like this, you want it to be free-flowing, just have fun with it. I felt that Aaron was stiff the whole way through, and he was trying to go for the higher notes and didn't quite reach them for me. But there's no doubt about it. Aaron has a good voice. It's just he doesn't know how to use it yet. And this wasn't really his genre, but I thought he did an okay job for, you know, being a country singer. Next up is Casey James, and I finally get my wish. He's gonna perform without his guitar, and he decided to sing Blue Skies. And to quote his last two performances before this, don't stop, don't. It was really bad. I mean, he was singing off key for most of the song, and that vibrato, I'm kind of mad that they didn't bring this up before, because I always noticed this vibrato, but now they bring it up. But yeah, that was Casey James' worst performance by far vocally. It was just awful. I actually turned down the volume because I couldn't stand the screaming. That's how bad it was. And usually this type of night, you're supposed to show off your vocals, and this just showed that without the guitar, Casey isn't that great of a vocalist. He needs his guitar probably to, you know, help him concentrate on what notes to hit, because as he's playing, he knows what notes to hit. Now without that guitar, it's kind of like hard for him, I think. So yeah, I find myself really worrying for Casey tonight. I think he's definitely going home. Next up was Crystal Bowersox, and she decided to sing The Summer Wind, which I actually really love this song. Just because of the fact that this was playing on Simpsons while Nelson pulled the nerd's pants down. That's how I remember this song, but I do love this song. So, I think Crystal did a great job, and I do agree with her point that bigger is not always better, but at the same time, I do see Simon's point, and it is a competition. It's not about, like, singing. You want to compete. You want to be better than yourself. And I feel like Crystal is so consistently good, she's not really growing as much as the other contestants are. And that's what I think Simon's trying to get at. You know, you're so good, you have to show me another level above that. You know, because it's the same old, same old. But like I said before, Crystal deserves to win right now for me. Next up was Crystal Bowersox, and she decided to sing The Summer Wind. And I'm sorry, every time I think of this song, I always think about Nelson pulling out that nerd's pants, and he was singing that to himself. It was just, that brought back so many memories. Honestly, I'm kind of torn on this performance, because I really do like the vocal. It's nothing special, but it was good, and it was in the style of the genre, which I think is great. I mean, Crystal showed that she's versatile and she's a consistent performer and a consistent vocalist. The thing that really gets me though, and I kind of agree with Simon on this one, is that she has to realize it's a competition. From my perspective, what that means to me is like she's been so consistently good that it's hard for her to top herself. And that's why I think Simon's coming from. She needs to top herself and realize it is a competition. And you know, if you just stay in this one area, as good as it is, it gets boring. So I really do want her to take even a bigger risk, do something completely unexpected of her. That's what I feel like Simon's saying, and I agree with him to a point. That being said, Crystal's still good. And next up is Big Mike, and he decided to sing The Way You Look Tonight. And speaking of the way he looks tonight, I thought that Big Mike dressed sharp, but I hate the fact that he wore a different color hat. If that hat matched the color of the outfit, I would have loved it. But that hat got to go. Having said that, Mike was, for me, the best of the night. I thought that was a great song choice for him. I love the arrangement of that. I love his silky smooth feel to it. And the performance that he gives fits right at home in this type of genre. If he doesn't do R&B, he should do jazz standards, because all his cheesy moves, quote unquote, to put it, is very loungy, and it fits this type of music. So I felt that Mike is right at home. Good job, Mike. You bought yourself another week. Last up was Lee DeWise, and he decided to sing That's Life. Now, before I even get into his performance, I could have sworn this outfit he wore twice before. Doesn't Idol have a budget for wardrobe? And why isn't Lee taking advantage? Wear something new, bro. Wear something new. But all in all, I thought that this was a good performance. It wasn't as great as the judges made it out to be. But I gotta say, I really love the New Orleans arrangement of that too. I'm really liking Harry Connick's choices in arranging songs for these contestants. And I thought that Lee's gravel just fit well. And I didn't think it was gonna fit well, but the only thing for me is like he still has issues with the pitch. Like sometimes he'll hit the note and then the next note is just slightly under. And that's been bugging me about Lee. So he's getting better at it. And it's not as bad as it was last week, because last week was terrible in pitch. But this one, I thought he was decent enough. It was a good song choice. So all in all, I liked it. My ranking for tonight is as follows. You have the top three, which is Mike by far, followed by Crystal and Lee. And then the bottom two should be Aaron and Casey, with Casey going home. I mean, Casey was horribly bad, and that should just send him home right then and there. But I wouldn't mind if Aaron left either. But Casey and Aaron need to be in the bottom two. And I bet you Idol's gonna do some mess by putting Crystal in the bottom three just to scare people. I can just tell that's gonna happen. They did it with Adam at this point, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do it with Crystal at this point either. So all in all, it was a decent night, better than last week. But you know, being a standards week and all that, I expected a little bit better. But then again, this season kind of been a bore. But I'm kind of mad that no one's saying Witchcraft. You know, those fingers in her hair, that little evil stare. I don't know to the words of the song, but it's Witchcraft. So that does it for American Idol. And now for those of you who don't know, I am also running contest, CreeIngles Idol Search Season 8. I'm taking the reins this season. And if you guys are a singer and you want your shot at YouTube superstardom, then go over to the link down there. I have a link to the audition video. Go ahead and post the video. Make sure you read the rules. But I would love to see some Idol fans give it a shot at singing. If you think you have the talent, go ahead and audition. Until next time, people, love, peace, chicken grease.